Stop doing that behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Some people may get, because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing.
Bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property.
Ice Cube appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast and called out Floyd Mayweather directly, accusing him of shifting from Pretty Boy Floyd, a skilled and technical boxer, to Money Mayweather, someone more focused on cashing in than building a lasting legacy. He pointed out how Floyd now relies on exhibition matches and questionable business deals just to keep up his lifestyle. Rogan added that Mayweather keeps fighting not because he has anything left to prove, but simply because his spending habits leave him with no other choice.
Who knows?
Well, it's interesting when fighters figure out ways to do that too, like what Floyd is doing. What Floyd is doing is so interesting. He retires from fighting and he says, I'll just start boxing people who have no chance.
Hey, why not? You know? I mean, exhibition. Like, we saw that in, what was Rocky 3 or something?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's like, he started doing exhibitions with Hulk Hogan and, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And got caught. I mean, he got hurt, like, you know, dealing with that. So, I mean, I think people want to see Floyd fight. You know, some people want to see him lose.
Broke his hands a lot. So when he was younger, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
And then he changes his name to Money. And when he changes his name to Money, he turns heel.
Yeah.
He became like this guy and everybody wanted to see him get beat.
Yeah.
And he's the most unhittable guy in the history of the sport.
Yes, sir.
He's right up there with Pernell Whitaker. Like, those are the two guys that I say are like the most elusive guys in modern, not, you know, past Willie Pep, in modern era. Pernell Whitaker and Floyd. Floyd's even more impressive because he stands right in front of guys.
He stands right in front of you and you can't hit him.
Right in front of you.
And you can't get a good one on him.
You can't get shit on him.
It's one of the most amazing skill sets. He's like a you know, one of those like Minnesota Fats kind of pool players that know all the trick shots. And
Floyd Mayweather is widely recognized as one of the greatest boxers of all time, but his repeated displays of excessive wealth keep sparking controversy. His recent claim of owning $42 million worth of real estate was quickly debunked through public records, drawing sharp criticism from fans who saw it as misleading and unnecessary. While his talent inside the ring is undeniable, many are now questioning why he feels the need to fabricate such claims, only to damage the credibility he spent years building.
Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property. This is not an indictment on Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. He's one of the best boxers we've ever seen. Anybody who is privy to Floyd Mayweather's antics outside of the ring knows Floyd ain't bought no goddamn apartment buildings in no Upper Manhattan, bro. We knew that when he told us. I'm not sure who Floyd Mayweather thought he was fooling. Nothing about Floyd Mayweather outside of a boxing ring says savvy. I'm sorry.
In 2021, Floyd Mayweather and rapper Tyga allegedly worked with a watch broker to acquire luxury watches and jewelry from Miami jeweler Leonard Sulaimanoff, making initial payments but never following through with the rest. By August 2024, Sulaimanoff had filed a federal lawsuit accusing them of fraud, civil conspiracy, breach of contract, and violations of the RICO Act. He claims Mayweather and Tyga owe nearly $4 million for high-end watches from brands like Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, and Patek Philippe, along with diamond jewelry.
How Floyd Mayweather and Tyga might get away without paying $4 million in jewelry. So a lot of wealthy people buy assets or luxury items under business entities. This allows them to pay less tax while also having protection against lawsuits personally. In this case, Tyga and Floyd used a watch broker and some upfront cash to make the deal go through. But as the days passed, no payment was made on the balance that was due, and even their agent admitted they owed $4 million. So what these two did is they signed and paid dues in a business, and then before paying the full amount, gifted it to themselves on behalf of the business that bought it. Therefore, the broker can't go after Floyd or Tyga because they didn't buy it from them personally, a business that they may control bought it, and then gifted it to them, but in this sense is completely separate. But what they did is how the rich get richer. Us in our daily lives have no protection from lawsuits, but as soon as you use a business, the laws completely change. So I'm not saying you should do this or that they'll even get away with this, but it's definitely an interesting way to get expensive jewelry.
Floyd Mayweather has made significant money from exhibition fights, particularly against popular personalities like Logan Paul. While exact figures aren't always made public, reports suggest the earnings are substantial, with the Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight reportedly bringing in around $50 million, driven by massive viewership and sponsorship deals surrounding the event.
You won't believe how much money Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul made to box each other. There was over 1 million pay-per-view buys, which means there's $50 million in revenue. And Floyd made $10 million just to show and half of the pay-per-view buys, which is $35 million. Meanwhile, Logan made $250,000 just to show and 10% of the pay-per-view buys, which is about $5 million. And that's not even to mention the sponsors. Floyd said that patches on his trunk cost $30 million to sponsor. Do you think Floyd is capping or no? He even came rocking an OnlyFans sponsorship. And Logan probably even made more in sponsorship than Floyd because he has a much larger platform. Walked into the ring with this Charizard Pokemon and now it's worth $1 million. He also made tons of other sponsorships with Atari and other crypto companies. Hit that follow button if you didn't know.
Logan Paul publicly claimed that Mayweather failed to pay him the $3 million he was promised following their exhibition match. The accusation suggests that despite his massive earnings, Floyd may have struggled to meet basic contractual obligations. Logan even threatened legal action, signaling yet another financial dispute surrounding Mayweather.
Is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened?
he'd pay me. I wish you'd pay me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have it in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. That's not a good feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. Not a great feeling.
Logan Paul's threat to take Mayweather to court over the unpaid money exposes deeper issues within Floyd's financial practices. Despite his legendary status in boxing, Mayweather appears to have a troubling track record of disregarding contractual commitments. The situation reflects growing frustration and paints a far less flattering picture of Floyd's reliability when it comes to honoring his word.
Or is that something that you can't disclose now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
See you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Mayweather's exhibition fights attracted significant sponsorships, including partnerships with cryptocurrency companies that boosted overall revenue. However, his association with crypto has raised eyebrows, as it became clear he may not have fully understood the nature of the projects he was putting his name behind.
This is how you know investing in crypto is the cool thing to do right now. So Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather just had their fight. Logan went 8 rounds with the 50-0 Mayweather, but look at their shorts. So first of all, here is Logan's shorts that he wore. He had Blockfolio as a sponsor, which, we all track our portfolios on Blockfolio, and he also had Superbid. Superbid is some kind of random coin that sponsored Logan, and their whole website right now is just about how they sponsored him. But let's take a look at Floyd's shorts. Floyd Mayweather was sponsored by Ethereum Max, which is just some random ass coin that paid Floyd to put them on his shorts. As you can see, it's one of those 0.00 shit coins. It's down 10% even after the promo. So I obviously don't recommend buying any of those coins. But you can see that Floyd and Logan were both sponsored by crypto companies, which is honestly pretty cool for an event this.
Mayweather accepted substantial payments to promote certain crypto projects, only for it to later emerge that he may not have fully understood the legitimacy of the ventures he was backing. His involvement has raised serious suspicions and cast doubt on the judgment behind the deals he chooses to associate himself with.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything what that's going on, really. So like,
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager. Yeah. He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over. Yeah. The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he just does it.
Imagine listening to Floyd Mayweather, a man who can't even read, for investing advice. That's exactly what happened last year when he was paid to promote the absolute Ponzi scheme token Ethereum Max, along with other celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Antonio Brown, and Paul Pierce. The coin shortly fell 97% right after the launch, leaving millions of fans and investors bankrupt. So to see what coins you should be actually buying, be sure to follow me. But like I was...
Celebrity endorsements of cryptocurrency, including those by Floyd Mayweather, have sparked growing concern. These high-profile figures often lend undeserved credibility to ventures that may be fraudulent, leading their followers into harmful investments. With little oversight in place, such endorsements can easily mislead the public. The trend is increasingly being seen as a call for stricter regulation to protect consumers from financially damaging promotions.
These scams are like anon people hiding behind a Pepe avatar. And of course, there's a laundry list of famous influencers, Logan Paul, Kim Kardashian, David Dobrik, that have all endorsed these absolute shitcoin scam casino rugs that leaves their investors high and dry because they paid them a bunch of money up front and maybe they didn't know any better because it's such a nascent space. But I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist. Now, everybody knows Floyd's an opportunist. He's an entrepreneur. He likes to make money. He always has money, talks about money. That's his shtick. That's his persona. That's fine. You can make money. You can be a hustler. You can get paid a bunch to box.
The unchecked influence of celebrities promoting questionable crypto projects highlights a pressing need for tighter regulation in influencer marketing. When figures like Mayweather use their platform to sway public opinion, their endorsements can give undeserved legitimacy to fraudulent schemes. Meanwhile, despite mounting financial disputes and allegations of poor money management, Floyd continues to boast about his unmatched earnings in boxing, frequently comparing himself to other legends. While his career earnings have been impressive, those claims are increasingly being overshadowed by the controversies surrounding his finances.
Well, I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
So I want to get this right. Write this down. I just want to get this right. So I'm a kid that comes from poverty, comes from nothing. 7 of us in a 1-bedroom, mother on drugs. Dad career didn't go good. Dad ended up in prison. And I beat all odds and worked extremely hard to get it the legal way. And I'm proud to boast and brag about getting it the legal way.
Floyd Mayweather is well known for putting his wealth on full display, including one notable instance where he carried $2.5 million in cash in a backpack rather than using a bank. From social media to public events and award shows, Floyd regularly pulls out large sums of cash to reinforce his image as someone of extraordinary. Boxer Shane Mosley believes Floyd's fear of losing extends well beyond the ring and into his finances. According to Mosley, Floyd's constant need to prove his wealth and his relentless pursuit of big earnings both stem from a deep fear of losing his wealthy status. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn echoed that sentiment, suggesting Floyd is turning to exhibition fights primarily due to a significant drop in regular income.
I'm gonna tell you why I like Eddie. So one day, somebody, because you know I don't have social media on my phone. Yeah. So they showed me Eddie. Eddie was like, Floyd Mayweather ain't got no money. That's why he doing exhibitions. No, Eddie don't believe that now. Yeah.
But Eddie will say some shit like that now.
Eddie will say some shit like that. But one thing, don't worry about that. But me and Eddie got it clear. Didn't we, Eddie? Yeah. One thing, me and my buddy got it clear.
We said as long as it's 10 or 20, no problem. Anything less, can't be less than 10. Because then we're struggling for money.
I had to show Eddie some of the accounts. Eddie, hold on.
Imagine how much money Floyd Mayweather would have made if I was his promoter. You know what I'm saying?
Former MMA fighter and commentator Chael Sonnen believes Floyd's financial struggles are the result of reckless spending rather than any shortage of earnings throughout his career.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion, Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works. When you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money, if you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Floyd Mayweather has faced accusations of involvement in financial schemes that have left many fans disillusioned. Among the most notable allegations is his involvement in promotional scams where fans were misled into purchasing tickets, merchandise, or event packages that never materialized. A TikTok expose revealed that Mayweather's brand was built more on hype than substance, with many of his promotions failing to deliver, further damaging his reputation and fueling accusations of financial dishonesty.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess what?
Drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
there's more scamming to be done.
And it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he fucking did.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
If you enjoyed this, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss what's next. See you in the next one.